Kiss, Larger Than Life, the Lost 1978 album. Rockin in the U.S.A. Gene swaggered into the control room, smirking like a man who just discovered a new planet, and it belonged to him.
All right, boys,
He said, tossing his lyric sheet onto the console.
this is the closer. I want it big, dumb, and fucking loud. Think Rock and Roll All Night meets Shout It Out Loud, with a little patriotic oral action, a global ode to the American cock.
Peter groaned.
You mean rock?
Gene grinned.
Same thing.
Paul raised an eyebrow.
Patriotic oral action?
Gene grinned.
Yeah. Verse 1. I'm flying in a 747. I'm passing by the pearly gates, and I'm coming real close to heaven. You know, private jet, 30,000 feet, girl, you get the picture.
Ace snorted, nearly choking on his cigarette.
Ha 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 ha! Gene's heaven's a blowjob at Mach 1. Got it! Ha ha ha!
Paul looked up from his notepad, brow furrowed, and said,
Wait, Gene. When you say coming real close to heaven, you're not talking spiritual? You literally turned it into another one of your fucking blowjob metaphors? Is it spiritual or metaphorical?
Gene smirked.
Both, Paul. Sure, it could be a metaphor, but it could also mean fucking, or it could also mean blowjob. Why choose when I can actually have all three?
Paul, with his arms crossed, irritated, asked,
What do you mean by all three? I only asked if it was spiritual or metaphorical.
Well, Mr. Wordsmith, I could either be fucking the girl or she could be blowing me. She thinks I'm her god, and when it's time for me to finish, I'll be coming real close to heaven. Get it now?
Ace snorted so hard he nearly dropped his cigarette.
Ha ha! That's the best lyric on the whole goddamn record! Ha 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 ha!
Paul rolls his eyes.
Of course it is.
But Gene wasn't done. He continued reading from his lyric pad.
Germany was really neat. Japan had lots to eat.
Paul stopped him again.
Oh, come on, Gene. Lots to eat? Really? You think no one's gonna get that? You might as well just sing, I went down on half of Tokyo.
Gene leaned toward him, voice low and dangerous.
What the hell do you want, Paul? Straightforward or metaphors? You want it literal? We'll have a fucking tutorial on how I bang groupies in foreign countries. You want it art? We do it this way. That's the choice.
Paul snapped back.
I want class, Gene. Every one of your metaphors somehow ends with your dick.
Better that than yours, Paul.
Gene shot back without missing a beat.
At least mine stays with the same species.
The room froze for a second. Ace started laughing, then covered his mouth, pretending to cough. Peter leaned back in his chair and said,
Oh shit! He fucking went there!
Paul's face went red.
Ha ha, very funny, Gene. You still going on about that? You know that song wasn't about a dude, right?
Gene grinned wider.
Which one? The one where you're begging someone not to leave you? Or the one where fear remains after you've kept her love in chains? Because either way, you sound like you should be on a fucking watch list.
Ace leaned in.
Ha ha! Yeah, Curly. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were like one of those creeps outside the rainbow with a Polaroid camera and a van. Ha 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 ha!
Peter chuckled through a cigarette drag.
Hey, maybe that's why he never shares groupies. They gotta sign an NDA first.
Paul glared at all three of them, stating,
You're all idiots. You wouldn't know subtlety if it bit you in the ass. My songs have layers. They're emotional. They're about connection.
Gene then fired back smugly while simultaneously flipping through his lyric sheet.
Connection? Yeah, that's one word for it. Anyway, while you're connecting, I'm out here writing hits.
Paul rolled his eyes.
Yeah, I'm sure the fans will really appreciate the part about Japan had lots to eat. That's not a metaphor, Gene. That's a fucking health code violation.
Gene threw his hands up.
Look, this is the last song. It's about what we do. We've been around the world, banged half of it, Ace drank the other half, and now we're home, rockin' in the USA. It's not a love song. It's not art. It's a goddamn victory lap.
Paul scowled, but couldn't hide a smile.
You know what? Fine. It's crude, but it rocks. It's your fantasy, Gene. Just don't make it sound like a porno soundtrack.
Gene raised an eyebrow.
Coming from the guy who sounds like he's narrating a hostage tape in half his songs?
Ace leaned back, flicking ash on the floor.
You two argue more than my parents. I say leave the pussy line in. It's honest. Besides, Japanese girls do have great...
Paul cut him off before he could finish.
Jesus Christ, Ace, stop helping!
Peter cracked a grin behind the kit.
I'm just glad someone finally counted my ballads and let me get one in there.
Paul rubbed his temples, shaking his head.
Well, anyways, Gene, I don't even know if I like it. But yeah, it's insane enough to be good, I guess.
Gene stood tall, smirking like the king of rock and roll.
Boys, admit it. This is the best fucking Kiss album ever made. No producer, no label bullshit. Just us, our egos, and our dicks.
When it was all said and done, Gene still believed Rockin' in the USA was one of the best Kiss songs ever written. Because he wrote it, of course. Ace laughed his infectious, hysterical laugh. Paul stood spacing, thinking to himself.
I wonder if we should have took a break and wrote solo albums instead.
And somewhere in the back of the ego-filled room, with narcissism dripping from the walls, Peter quietly thought,
Finally, my ballad, my glorious ballad. These guys can't ignore me now.